Rain hammered the highway as the midnight Route 63 bus crawled through the darkness. Only 6 passengers sat inside, all silent, all tired. Among them was Reno, a college student returning to campus after a late shift. Something felt wrong the moment he stepped on. The air was too cold, the lights too dim, and every window seemed darker than the night outside, like the glass itself was swallowing the light. Reno sat in the back and put in his headphones, but the silence on the bus felt louder than any music. 1. The stranger in the aisle. A few minutes into the ride, the bus jolted to a stop. The driver cursed under his breath. A figure stood in the middle of the lonely road, tall, thin, barely illuminated by the headlights. The bus door hissed open. The stranger stepped inside. He didn't speak, didn't look around. He just walked slowly down the aisle, his wet shoes slapping the floor with a sickening squelch. Reno looked up and saw that the man's face was hidden completely behind long, dripping hair. The stranger chose a seat 2 rows ahead, but something was off. Reno realized the man was sitting facing backward, staring directly at him through that curtain of black hair. Reno shivered. 2. The reflection. The ride continued. A woman a few seats ahead looked at the stranger, frowned, and turned toward her window. She screamed. Reno jumped to his feet. Pressed against the glass, inches from the woman's face, was a pale human eye, but from the outside of the bus. The eye slid along the window, scraping across the glass as if searching for something. Passengers scrambled away from the windows. The driver shouted, "Everyone stay calm." But the bus suddenly lost power. Lights cut out. Engine died. The bus drifted to the shoulder of the empty highway. Darkness swallowed the aisle. 3. The eyes in the dark. Something moved, softly, slowly. A scraping sound like fingernails on aluminum traveled along the outside of the bus. Passengers huddled together. Then the stranger, the man with the long hair, stood up. Only now Reno could see his face clearly. He had no eyes, just smooth, pale skin stretched across where they should have been. He lifted a shaking hand and pointed at the roof. "They're hungry," he whispered, voice thin and watery. "They want to see through us." Suddenly, the roof dented inward, as if many small fists were pounding from above. Dozens of them. 4. Last stop. The bus driver lunged for the back emergency exit. He didn't make it. Hands, gray, bone-thin hands with 2 long fingers, burst through the roof and dragged him upward. His scream was cut short as blood rained down on the seats. Passengers ran. Reno grabbed the stranger and pulled him down the aisle. "Who are they?" The stranger's empty face trembled. "Once you see them, they need to see through you." The windows exploded inward. Eyes, floating, blinking, twitching, swarmed into the bus like insects. They latched onto passengers' faces, burrowing under the skin. One by one, people collapsed, twitching, as more eyes bloomed across their skin like disease. Reno sprinted for the driver's seat. If he could start the bus, if he could. But the dashboard was covered in them, hundreds of eyes watching him. He felt something cold touch the back of his neck. A whisper. "Your turn." Darkness. 5. Epilogue. At sunrise, Route 63 was found parked calmly on the side of the highway, completely empty. No blood, no bodies. Just a single item left on the driver's seat. A notebook, open to the last page. Written inside, "Once you meet the eyes, they leave with you." And on the bus windows, barely visible in the glare of morning light, tiny fingerprints streak the glass. as if something had tried to claw its way out. If you want, I can write a sequel to this story. A manga panel layout, page-by-page storyboard, a screenplay version for animation or short film. Just tell me.